So now that we've removed a component, how about putting one back down and resoldering it? To place, align, and to solder an SMD component, first secure your printed circuit board into the ABC1 adjustable board cradle above the air bath preheating system. From the LMK kit, select the 10cc dispensing syringe and the power palm plunger and apply a bead of Zephyrtronix proprietary 6337 eutectic no clean solder paste onto the lands that are to be soldered. Always apply the solder paste onto a PC board where the pads have been properly cleaned beforehand, and only when the PCB is at room temperature. We next turn to the ZT3 AirPick SMD vacuum lifting system. After removing the handpiece from the AirPick's pyramidal holder, place your index finger over the orifice, which creates a venturi effect or a vacuum for lifting. Lifting your new component, place it onto the sight pads and into the paste, making certain that your orientation is correct. From your LMK kit, choose one of the 4 supplied stainless steel SMT probes to make your fine-tuning of component for final alignment. Turn on your ZT1 air bath by selecting the warm mode from the front panel. It is important to note that there is a temporary 3 to 5 second heater delay designed to enhance your element life. Preheating has now begun at the industry recommended ramp-up rate of 2 to 4 degrees C per second, gently bringing the temperature of the rework area up to a maximum temperature of only 150 degrees C. Next, we turn to the ZT2 Air Pencil SMD soldering system, turning it on to let it warm up. In writing about the Zephyrtronix ZT2 hot air pencil, NASA's soldering manual points out that the unit is a touch-free precision soldering method. It's important to be reminded that while we are working at the top of the board, that the PC board is being preheated from below at the low temperature of 150 degrees C. As the printed circuit board has been preheating, it is important to point out that the flux, which is integral to the solder paste, has begun to activate, and the original bead of solder paste has begun to spread. And since the PCB has been carefully ramped and preheated, we are now ready for the final reflow stage. After removing the air pencil from its pyramidal holder, begin solder reflow by focusing the heated air stream directly onto the shoulder of the leads of the component, which is in this case a quad flat pack. You can actually see each and every joint reflow as the solder wicks up the lead land interface. The Zephyrtronix ZT2 Air Pencil features electronic variable temperature control with closed-loop sensing feedback and variable airflow adjustment with its precision air valve, permitting an ultralight setting for tiny chip capacitors and resistors and to prevent the unwanted scattering of solder balls. And as you can witness here, the low-velocity heated airstream of the air pencil heats the lead and literally draws the solder paste to the lead, creating shiny production quality joints with fillets at the toe and heel as they should be. In fact, where at best a soldering iron with solder wire many times yield essentially a tangential joint with missing fillets, the air pencil and solder paste yield desirable production quality joints replete with solder fillets. And perhaps best of all, the ZT2 Air Pencil provides 100% non-contact, or as NASA says, touch-free solder reflow to your surface mount devices and their delicate leads and pads. And once again, this is low temperature, low air velocity, non-contact or touch-free reflow soldering with paste, all on your substrate, which has been carefully ramped and preheated to the industry standard of 150 degrees of convection heat from below. Switch from the warm mode to the cool mode from the front panel of the air bath, which begins the cooling down of your PC board from underneath. For final cleanup, dip your foam swab into a non-flammable flux remover and apply it to the pads liberally as shown here. Now turn the ZT1 air bath off and we're ready to inspect our board. And just look at these pads, pristine and intact like new. And best of all, there was no adjacent component reflow, and the chips underneath were never disturbed, never overheated because the PC board was only at 150 degrees C throughout the entire process. Let's stop and review what we've just seen. Without high temperature, without damaging soldering irons contacting our delicate leads or pads, we have just placed and reflow soldered a four-sided or quad surface mount device on a preheated board with precision, pinpoint, touch-free soldering, and all in a matter of seconds. It really is as easy as it looks. This is the science of Zephyrtronics.